Nice.
I have with me David Goodman, who has produced an incredibly wonderful book, uh, An American Cannabis Story. David, tell me what this is about the project that got your attention, and how did you pull this wonderful book off?
Well, that's a really long story. It would take forever to because it really almost did not happen like several times. It was a book that almost just never was. It's a miracle that it actually got published. But it all started when I made my first trip to my niece's farm, Jade Stefano, and her husband Ben Short. You know Jade very well. Um, they opened the cannabis farm the year that it was legal in 2014. And I had been bugging her to let me come and look at it. I wanted to take photographs. I just wanted to see it. I'd never been on a farm like that before.
Mhm.
So I said, finally, I nailed her down because she kept pushing me off. I said, when should I come? She says, well, it has to be at harvest time because that's when you'll really see it, you know. I
That
said,
is the
fine.
perfect.
He said, give me a date. And I got there on the very first day of the harvest in 2017. And I started shooting pictures. And what amazed me was that just the way the plants looked. I had never seen a live cannabis. I had been consuming cannabis, since like my early college days.
Uh-huh.
And to me, it was all dried up and a little baggy. That's what I saw. It wasn't publicized. There wasn't much out there about it. So I was fine rolling it up and smoking it. But when I saw the beautiful plants, and that's the farm behind me, um, the colors, I mean, the purple
Oh, yeah.
and all the different, and when you get close-ups on them, they're just beautiful. I thought, gee, if I've never seen this before, I knew most of my friends never saw it. And when I showed the pictures back home, they were like, what? These are beautiful. This is like, I had no idea that cannabis looked like this. So I decided to come back and track everything that happens on a farm, because up until now, farms were not legal. So you couldn't really do it. It was in the backwoods or wherever they did it. And I thought this is a pioneering time. It's a new frontier in American agriculture. And I had an opportunity because my niece had a farm to document it. And I also happened to have some of the world's greatest experts in cannabis to advise me. I was able to meet Dr. Russo, Ethan Russo, the promulgator of the entourage effect. I was able to meet you and and the cannabis reverend and all these great people. Aaron Varney, who was the one of the biggest pioneers in the redesign and the reimagining of how cannabis dispensaries were run.
Right.
And it just grew. And Vivian McPeak, let's not forget Vivian, the whole Hemp Fest thing. So all of that is included in the book. It became not just a year in the life of the farm, but it became a year in the life of a farm and everything that farm did, including the people that they dealt with and the culture. We get to go to a weed wagon. We get to go to a 710 party. So all these things are encompassed in like 1 year in the life of a cannabis farm in Washington State. And it just kept growing into these different areas. That's why there's so many chapters, including how the products are made. That's
Right.
not just the farming, but how the oil is made, how the joints are rolled, how the rosin is extracted, and of course my favorite thing is the trifecta, is the infused joints with three things: the weed, the flour, the rosin, and the bubble hash all rolled up together.
Right.
And it's really cool to see how they develop the products and how they design them. And I felt that needed to be shown to the public, and that's how the book came about.
So tell me about the book. How many photos over how much time, and what was it like putting all of this together in this beautiful coffee table book that is unrivaled?
Thank you. Wow. Well, I was shooting over a period of it was supposed to be over 2 years, and I just kept getting more time to do it because it got delayed because of the pandemic.
You're too stoned.
So oh, no. I mean, I was really glad to have the extra time though, but it was supposed to come out in 2021, I guess. And we were in lockdown when we were about to go into production. And we said, we're going to put it on hold because I don't want to launch a book when everybody's locked in their homes. And it was a good idea because, you know, it's now legal in many more states. There seems to be a lot more interest, and the book is doing great. Um, what was the question?
How many photos?
Oh my God, I did tens of thousands that I took.
Tens
And
of thousands.
tens of thousands. And the book actually contains more than 300, about 320 of the photographs. So it's all, I had to distill it down to the best pictures that could be put in a certain order so that the story unfolds. The whole idea behind the book is that it's a picture story. I
Yeah.
want, not only do we explain everything in terms of why they do the things they do and what the entourage effect is and why the indica sativa myth is actually a myth. So I had to distill all the pictures down to just support the narrative. And so out of all those tens of thousands of pictures I took, there's so many that I love that I had to eliminate, but we really have the best of the best in the book.
But you also have worked with some of the photos outside of the book project. Haven't you done prints of some of these as well?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, yes. I'm also exhibiting my photos as canvases, especially the ones that are more art-like. And yeah, my photos are available for sale as just, I guess, cannabis art photography, which is what I do.
So once again, David Goodman, An American Cannabis Story. I'm assuming, and who's the publisher?
Powerhouse Books in Brooklyn, New York. Great
now, I'm assuming
photograph publishing company. Yeah.
That people can buy it on the big A on Amazon. I went to my local favorite bookstore, Ada Books on Capitol Hill, and special ordered it through them to keep money away from Jeff Bezos, but also to support local independent bookstores here in Seattle. But I'm sure that everyone who has more than a glancing interest in cannabis and wants to go deeper than High Times or some of the mass printed publications would find this book a gift to give and to gift and to get.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And there's also the event on the 29th of November.
Oh, yes. Here in Seattle at Indoor Sun Shop.
Indoor Sun Shop, 7 p.m., hosted by Dockside Cannabis.
In Fremont. Very good. So, David, congratulations. The book is gorgeous. I'm flattered that I'm in it, and I wish you all the success in the world pushing this project forward.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you there.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Thank you.